Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hector from Pasa con la masa. We have a very special guest in the house, but first, my partner in crime.
What's up, everybody? Lee Boy Savage on Instagram. You already know. You know what time it is, but it's not about us today. It's about our friend here that came all the way from Dallas, right?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Pasa Mundo, what's up?
You want to introduce yourself? Let everybody know what you're about, dude?
Yeah, my name is Sal. I go by Sal's Famous on Instagram. I'm an artist. Been doing art professionally for 9 years. I'm a local East Dallas kid that found my passion 9 years ago and went through some struggles, and now I'm here with you guys. I'm very flattered to be here, and I appreciate y'all having me on and saying all the nice words the last podcast you guys had. That was really cool and surprising, and I was like, that's dope. So I appreciate the shout out.
Shit, we're glad you're here, bro. We've been looking forward to this, dude.
Yeah, man, same.
I think we've been talking about this and building it up. It's kind of like a little kid waiting for Christmas.
You guys are very kind. Thank you.
You know what's been dope about it too, bro? You've been like looking forward to it, bro. So that gets us pumped up.
for
you
sure,
know what I mean?
for
You've
sure,
been
absolutely.
shouting us out and letting us know.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a great podcast. I'm just going to say this off the top because I do appreciate, Hector reaching out to me, and Hector, was going to be in one of my art videos a long time ago. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But like, I appreciate him even reaching out to me and saying like, hey, I have a podcast, And I didn't know the next time I'd be in San Antonio. And shout out to Jorge. I was like, oh, I'll come and do Jorge's, podcast one day, and the stars aligned. And I was like, Hector, what's up? And the fact that he even had me, you can have anybody on your podcast you want. So for me, it was very flattering that you guys were excited, and now, of course, I get excited. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I said, I'm a local East Dallas kid, not a kid anymore. But like, it's really cool when people, excited about what you do and want to share your story with everybody that they know. So.
Oh yeah, it's badass, dude. Fucking love it.
We're big fans, and yeah, of course, Jorge from Too Hard Too Fast. We haven't forgotten. We're gonna record with you.
Yeah, we're gonna get you back on, George, because we had technical difficulties. We recorded with them, and I was having technical difficulties with everything, so kind of had to scrap.
It happens.
They're growing pains.
Yeah.
We're new to the game, so just bear with us. But yeah, I mean, Sal, you've been amazing. I mean, we're big fans of your projects, and
thank you.
We're going to talk about that in length. But I want you to start us off with like the first uppercut. Boom, your latest masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep it kind of short and sweet, and you guys ask me questions, and I'll fill it in if I leave anything out. But basically, there's a company called Colossal. I've done work with them in the past. Ben Lamb. I've been doing art 9 years. Like I said, he was my collector year 2, right? He just loved what I did. I didn't know this guy from Adam. He just was like a wealthy guy that loved my stuff, right? So he invested in me. I did like a commission or 2 for him. He bought like 3 or 4 pieces of mine, right? Year 2. Fast forward to year 5, all of a sudden I just hear he has this company, a startup company. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know anything. I'm flying blind. The old gallery owner that I used to be signed to was like, Ben's trying to reach out to you. Reach out to him. I said, okay. Reached out to him. He's like, Sal, I got this company. It's called Colossal. We're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, like on some Jurassic Park type shit, right?
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, cool.
That's crazy.
He's like, yeah, I want to do this wall right here, blah, blah, blah. And their bioscience place in like Deep Ellum-ish downtown kind of Dallas. I said, okay, cool. And then he was like trying to explain it to me. And Ben's a cool ass dude. You could tell he's a super smart, like genius guy. And he's wearing like a blazer, and he's got like the Deftones shirt underneath the band. And I love Deftones, right?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing him, I'm watching him talk, and he's trying to explain it to me. And it's this huge, like 10 industrial, like 10, like the metal, probably like 11 feet by like 9 feet wide. And he's like, I want to do something like a woolly mammoth or something. And he's trying to explain it to me. And then I just looked at him and I go, Ben, stop. I said, MTV meets National Geographic. And he goes, exactly. So he goes, cool, how much? I told him exorbitant amount of money. It's crazy. And he goes, okay. However, okay, can we do it in like half and then half? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it, bro. The fact that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. My point is he get a call from his lady, his assistant. She's like, Sal, we need a rendering of what you're going to do. And I told her, I was like, I forget her name now. I apologize, sweetie, if you're watching this. I just was like, look, this is how I work. It's like jazz. You're going to tell me to play the national anthem, and I'm going to go, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just off the cuff.
So like,
and
you're freestyling.
Correct. And I'm like, I'm not trying to like be a fish oil salesman here, but this is just how I work. I don't offer renderings because the rendering that I'm going to offer you, I don't know how to draw a texture. Like, it's not going to look anything like what I'm going to do. They trusted me, and I knocked it out the park. Fast forward, he had me do 2 or 3 other murals in that building. Loved them all. Right? I don't hear from him at all for another 4 years. Bring us to current day, right? where basically he has a guy reach out to him. His name is Sean. Calls me out of blue. Hey, Sal, my name is Sean. I work for Ben. We're trying to do this huge, event. It's cool. He calls me. I happen to be at the strip club. So I go,
not you.
Is that where you get your inspiration
Well,
from, or what, bro?
Allegedly, maybe some people saw me. So he calls me. I run outside. It's like, hey, Sean, what's going on? And he basically was just like, hey, so I can't really talk about this project, but Ben loves what you do so much. I'm paraphrasing. He loves what you do so much. We want to have you come and do a live painting of something that I can't tell you. I need you to sign an NDA. And I'm like, NDA? What the fuck?
That sounds top secret right
Correct.
there.
On
Bro.
some government shit, probably, So I was like, what? All right, fine. So
Before
go ahead, you're good.
I just want to interrupt and for our viewers, NDA means non-disclosure agreement. Just so you're aware.
I had to Google it.
Not a stripper drug. Not a drug the strippers take, all right?
That's not the name of the strip club,
That's
though.
a different one right there.
Yeah, that's after hours.
Right. So like, I just like, okay, cool, we'll do that. So they send me all the paperwork and bullshit. And like, this is to me, I'm like, I didn't get into this for this. I just want to paint, right? But okay, it's necessary. So I do the NDA and I send it off to him. And basically, it was just like, okay, I need to, set up a call with you. Cool. And then with the party coordinator. And so we hop on a call. I think something happened. These things all kind of fall apart, so you just have to go riff with it, right?
Yeah.
So I get on a call with him, and he's like, "Look, we brought back. You like Game of Thrones?" I was like, "Yeah, I love Game of Thrones." He's like, "We brought back the dire wolf," and I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, those big ass fucking white wolves. We brought them back, dude. They're incredible." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "That's what we want you to paint,"
That's
and I'm
crazy,
like,
bro.
"Dope."
That's
So-
fucking badass, dude.
and there's a lot more to the story, but that's basically how that came about. Is that Ben loved what I did so much, 9 fucking years, and he's like, I want you to do it. And this guy's now almost a billionaire now, and like he could have had anybody paint the thing. And there's a lot more to the story. I will say the coolest thing about him is that he came to me first, and I knew he came to me first because everybody was walking behind him trying to say hi to him. He walked right up to me when the event happened, and he just went like this. Just gave me the biggest hug. And that's the coolest shit ever. And I'm like, this motherfucker in my book is a badass. And I want to be just like him because that's some real ass dude shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could have done the whole thing. And the Bolillos, they don't see us unless we're mowing their lawn or cleaning their house. And I said that to a Hispanic chick the other day. I was like, this is why when Latinos like y'all are doing some cool ass shit, respeto, because they don't see us. They really don't. I don't mean to play the race card like that, but it's true. My collectors, they love me because they know me. But if I wasn't some fancy little artist or whatever in their eyes, they wouldn't look at me. I'd be on like some, at the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't see us like that. So
I mean, that's a great take, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at things and people are like, no, that doesn't happen. You'd be surprised.
yeah,
And you're giving us a true testimonial to what's happened, and that is. I'm trying to find the word for to justify with him, acknowledging you, but when you get that type of sincere,
Yeah.
like they're just happy that you
Authentic
did something.
love, bro. That's authentic love right
Yeah,
there, dude.
exactly. And with don't, I mean, granted, he has money, he did this, he has a company. You came through, and you probably over exceeded what he was expecting.
Oh, brother. So, if I may, I'm gonna tell you a little masa right here, a little behind the scenes
All right,
masa
all
right
right.
here.
That's what we like.
So when you're doing these things, right? They had like, if you saw the event, like I know I captured some of it, but they had like a live violin player with the DJ playing. The violin player was playing with the DJ. They had all sorts of crazy shit there, man. It was wild. And I was
This is
just,
why you were painting?
while I was painting.
Oh, shit, that's
So it was
badass.
pretty wild. So like when I'm there, like, they wanted to like, okay, how much, right? So I quoted them the original kind of pricing I did was based off of like, they wanted a canvas like, okay, give us multiple options. So they want the bigger the better, right? So like a canvas the size of this wall
Yeah.
is about $3,000 to ship. That's just shipping, okay? Because they have to crate ship it, which takes 6 to 8 business days, 8 if you're lucky, right? It's never 6. So that thing is fucking huge. So if I don't do anything with it, it's gonna sit in my little ass apartment. But that's not happening, right?
Yeah.
The next smallest, as you go down, the cheapest you're getting is a $1,500 canvas, which with tax is like almost $2,000.
Yeah.
So I'm giving them all the prices. We're getting closer and closer to the event. The event happened, I think, what are we, May? So it happened March.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, like it was like late April, let's just say, right? So It's April 1st. I haven't heard from them. So I'm like, my little OCD, borderline autistic ass is like calling them, like texting them, hey. The artist is trying to get on their ass to be like, we need to do something here. We need to come to terms. I'll sign the thing. Give me the money or half the money so I can at least order it so I get started. Because what I do is when my paintings, live paintings inside Masa, again, sidebar, I do like 60 to 50% of the painting done. So that way when they're showing up, I can slowly finish it out because in 3 hours, the bitch ain't gonna dry.
Okay, that makes sense, dude. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it
dude.
ain't gonna
Like,
dry, and like with all the detailing I do, it has to
Yeah.
dry. Especially if they want to take it home that night. If I'm taking it back home, I can finish it like this one was a one-off where I take it home and finish it, right?
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten back to me. I'm going to Vegas for a week, almost a week, and then I come back that weekend. The show is that Monday.
That Monday.
I haven't heard shit from them. I'm about to leave to Vegas.
Damn.
So I just go like this. They go, okay, we want the size that's a blah blah blah. That's like $1,000 plus tax would probably be almost $1,500. I go, I haven't even ordered it yet. Like you can't buy them at the store.
Yeah.
So I have a store that has a canvas that's a 60 by 48, which is like a 5 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah,
Still a good
that's a good
size,
size, yeah.
but not as big as I wanted it to be because it was
Yeah.
going to be huge and it would have been even better. But it worked out the way it needed to,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not gonna, I'm grateful either way. So I go like this. I'm at the gym. I haven't heard nothing, and I'm stressing out a little bit. And I'm on the treadmill, and I just get off, and I'm fucking livid. And something goes, do it for free.
Oh, no way, dude.
Oh wow.
Oh, shit.
And I get off, I stop, and people probably think I'm fucking local and shit in my gym because I get off, I'm looking around, I go, are you sure? I literally said that out loud. And something goes, do it for free. So I text my spiritual advisor. I know, it's gay. I have a woo-woo spiritual
That's what I was
advisor.
gonna say.
I'm his spiritual
Hey,
advisor.
hey, bro, I want to get to the point where I have a spiritual advisor,
Hey,
bro.
I left the sage and the feather in the car.
Once we hit it, bro, I'm getting a spiritual advisor, dude. We're gonna fucking
Dogs, it'll raise your awareness. It's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
can't
But
wait.
I text my spiritual advisor. She's told me some things that I have never told her ever. She just said them to me. Something's telling me this. I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? Did I tell you that? She goes, no. But when I'm like, I know I didn't tell her that. But I text her. Her name is LaDonna. I said, hey, is this right? Is this the right thing to do? She calls me as I'm texting the party coordinator, who I'm not going to say her name. She's a very sweet girl, but just for her privacy. I told her, I said, I'll do it for free. Because she was like, we need you to send us an invoice. I said, don't worry about it. I didn't get into this for this. I want to be an artist. Now, granted, all my artists out there, don't do everything for free because you need to make, feria to support yourself, but it's not all about money. And I've been fortunate enough and blessed enough. I'm not a millionaire, not yet, off my art, but I make a good enough living so I have like a little bit of savings to where it just didn't hurt me that bad. So I was like, okay, cool. So I go, look, I'll just do it for free. She was like, no, we'll send you the invoice. Like in a frantic text, like explanation points and caps. I go, no, I didn't do this for that. Trust me, this is gonna be great. And I send it to her. Meanwhile, LaDonna calls me. She's like, hey, this is gonna take you to the next level. Whatever that means, it's gonna come back to you, even if it doesn't come back to you in that moment, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I strapped in, and then all my huelios that are very wealthy people that I know that are collector friends of mine and business people that own their own businesses, I told them the backstory, like in a quick 5-minute thing, not this long-winded thing that I'm giving you guys.
Yeah.
And they all said to me, one is 72 years old, lives very comfortably, has a lake house and the whole nine. He goes, Sal, that's brilliant. He goes, that's the most brilliant thing you could have ever done. Because now there's no, they can't box you
Yeah, they
in
can't
because
box you
it's
in.
free.
Yeah.
And so they're going to love it no matter what you fucking do. And it was the
Yeah.
coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, thank you for those words. You just breathed life into me. So,
Yeah. And they elevate you, dude. Put you on a whole new platform in front in their eyes. The people that
For
you did
sure.
it. Yeah,
and they'll love me forever. And I didn't
Fuck
do
yeah,
it so they'll love me forever. It felt like the right thing to do. And sometimes you have to go with your gut, right? Because sometimes this isn't always the most logical thing. Sometimes it comes from here.
Yeah.
So and the spiritual advisor, she goes, Sal, something's telling me 3. And she didn't know about the dire wolves. They brought back 3 of them.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah.
Did you get to see the dire wolves, bro?
I did not. I
Oh,
did
bro,
not.
that would've
Hopefully
been
one
dope.
day. I thought they were going to be there. I thought they were going to have them
Yeah.
in like a little cage because they're little puppies, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that would have been sick, dude.
That's still something. I mean, going back to like you deciding, your inner gut telling you, hey, you know what? Let's just charge it to the game. Like let's do it this
For
way.
sure.
That catapulted you, like you said. Now you're not in their little box where they can like, oh, but we'll choose him because we think we can pay him better. Now you're at another stratosphere where you're like, you set yourself apart because you're always gonna be like, hey, you know what, this dude, not only does amazing work, but he did this without anything attached to it.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
The,
For sure.
Not having the money pressure on there, does that take some of the stress and pressure off you
Yes.
to do your artwork? You know
Yes.
what I mean?
There's a guy who I love. I don't necessarily love his moves lately, but I love his philosophy and his inspiration, the way he inspires the Morenos in his community. His name is Dame Dash.
Oh, Dame Dash is
Damon
badass,
Dash.
dude. That dude's hardcore, bro.
I want to be the Hispanic Dame Dash.
I fucking love
You know
Dame
what I'm
Dash,
saying?
dude.
But with a little bit more calculated moves, because sometimes, you know, the ego gets in the way. But I love he said one time on a podcast clip that I was listening to, he goes, you know, when you have money, you could be an artist. That's why, whether you agree with this gentleman or not, which dicey nowadays, but Kanye at the time when he was talking about him before he got crazy, he was like, Kanye, he's an artist because he made his money. Now he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Because what happens is these motherfuckers that monetize everything, these corporate assholes, what they'll do is they'll put the screws to you and tell you what to do because they think they know what's cool and they don't. They're a bunch of fucking nerds. I'm not talking about anybody in specific. I'm just saying it's cool and freeing when you could actually be an artist because you're like, I don't need the feria right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. I mean, granted, an extra 5,000 is nice. Don't get me wrong. However, it's like, I don't want to sell my soul for that much. I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to be me all the time, and I don't ever want to change. I just want to be me with a little bit more money in my bank account so I can take my homies out to dinner and not worry about the check.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Know what I'm saying?
I think that's one thing that I made pretty clear from the beginning that I told James before we even recorded anything where we had discussions. And I told him, I don't want to have to dress up and wear a wig and
That's only off camera,
Right.
bro.
that's cosplay. That's what I did. But I've seen people where they sell themselves to do, you know, skits with wearing wigs and makeup, and not that there's anything wrong with that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But then they start bashing other podcasts and other people, and it's just like, why? Unless you're Ash Trevino.
She's on your shit list.
she's on-
I
Still on it.
think you like her, bro. I think you got a crush on her, dude.
No, you know who
Yo,
I
I
like.
have nothing to do with this gentleman right here.
But I mean, as an artist, like for example, I and we have this discussion a lot, and we joke about it. We're like, man, you know what? I want to be able to where we can do this, and people will recognize you. Hey, you're the guy from the podcast. Or, you know, hey, y'all the guys. You know, y'all do this, and y'all, you know, your buddy's the crazy one. Your buddy's the quiet one.
Yeah.
Your buddy's this and that. And I told him that I had gone to this place, this establishment, and I went to go make a payment. And I'm talking to a young lady doing the transaction, and her next door neighbor, her friend or coworker, she's like, "Hey, you're the guy for the podcast.
Oh,
I
that's
recognize
dope.
your voice."
That's cool.
Did
I
you,
thought
did
that
you have
was-
your marker on you,
I
bro?
thought that was the funniest shit ever.
That's dope, though.
That's
they
dope.
have our sticker on their window.
That's dope,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's
I was
so
like-
cool,
I'm
man.
like, yeah, they're like, hey, send a shout out. I'm like, sure, whatever. and I have them, but I'll do
Hey,
it
no
later.
more shout outs for this guy, man. He comes with the fucking list, dude, and it's shot. We go for hours, dude.
Like 2 hours
The
later.
podcast turns into a shout out fest, dude.
Y'all are a very good tandem. You guys make a good tandem, dude. I will say that it's really cool. And I was telling Hector in the car, James,
Yeah.
like I was like, I don't know how big y'all are gonna be. I
Yeah.
know y'all are gonna monetize one day because already, like, I see the views and I'm like, you guys haven't been fucking doing it for a month.
Yeah, it's
but
pretty-
like, as long as you stay with it,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna be good money, brother. Like, it
No, I
just
appreciate
depends
that,
on
bro.
how far y'all want to go.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
on
dude.
y'all. You know.
Appreciate that, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's real talk.
I was telling them thank you in the car, and I was like, man, that means a lot coming from you being an artist. You know, and real recognizes real. I always say it. No
Correct.
matter
Yeah, yeah,
what. 100%. You know, we are working on the background. On the background.
The funeral home.
The funeral home, right? Where's the Undertaker? He's coming through.
The gay funeral home.
Now you can actually see the flowers in the shot, so it looks more like one.
Oh,
Dude.
even worse.
Right, bro?
That's hilarious.
But I mean, I had to give all the credit to James. 'Cause
Quit it, bro. Don't start with your shit, dude.
I just say it because you're the one that started and had this concept in your head, and you were like, dude, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be with you.
This is boy time, bro, and you're fucking hilarious, dude. I always have a good time with you, dude. I always walk away feeling good when I'm around you, dude.
That's what I give.
You complete me, bro. You
100%.
complete me, bro.
So I'm good. I'm glad that
Yeah.
back and forth with you now. Because the first time you're kind of scared, but now you're.
Nah, you eased into that real good, dude.
It happens.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna share a bromance with Sal. So the dire wolf wasn't your only main attraction? Because I followed you ever since George had you on his podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I went on your Instagram and I saw some of the renderings that you did and a lot of stuff that you put out there, and some of the people that you dealt with.
Oh yeah.
Can you say some of the people, like famous
Oh
people?
yeah. So I've so like I was telling you off air, right? So some of this is shadow play. So what I call shadow play. You never know what's real. You never know what is. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. I'll never tell like who paid for what. But I will say Terry Crews is a collector. He loves my
that's
stuff
dope.
and shouted me out on his main page.
No way, dude.
Which is insane. Which I didn't realize he's a very good artist himself. He draws like crazy.
Could you? I can't picture that big ass guy fucking drawing like that.
He's
Dude.
so talented. Dude.
Really, dude? I wanna see-
Hilarious, jacked, athletic. He used to play football.
That dude's just a fucking all around.
It's crazy.
Fucking everything.
Yeah, he like really hit the whatever you call that
Oh, yeah.
the lottery.
So is he
Yeah.
really a big guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
Terry
that dude's
Crews.
massive, dude.
Not Debo. The Friday after next
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. He played the
Well, he does that
son.
on White Chicks.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Baby, wait, down.
Yeah, exactly. And you know that was ad lib? Did you know that?
Did it really?
Yeah, it was ad lib. He actually knew the lyrics to the song and then just started doing. Allegedly, that's how that went down.
That's crazy.
Jerry Jones from the Dallas Cowboys. Apparently, he said to my source that he wants the tunnel painted that style. We shall see.
Oh, that'd be fucking
That's a
dope,
big
dude. Fuck.
paycheck.
That's
I'm
badass,
going
man.
in all the way.
I will be there with
Yes,
you.
you will, sir. I'm gonna need a couple assistants and what do you call those things? Those scaffoldings. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man.
He's the
You
master.
know what we got to do, bro? You should fucking have this guy take his shirt off, rub paint on him, and have him fucking hit the wall and shit.
A little bit of Hector in there, huh?
That ain't gonna happen. Not even in my home with that. Maybe in my shower.
I did what's his face? Bobby Lashley, who now wrestles for AEW, which
Yeah.
is for me as a wrestling fan growing up as a kid, it's kind of a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? So like all
yeah.
the placards he's got in his wall, and he's got his fucking whiteboard, the dry erase board that he's got like all his dates and how much money he makes per fucking thing.
No
And then
way.
like I saw it. I'm not gonna say what it said,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but all I'll say is it said like, and then like therapy, like all the money he puts into like his recovery and shit.
Oh,
it's
man.
wild. And he's actually a real fighter.
And you
Like,
got to
he
meet
can-
him?
Oh
Like-
yeah, he's a gentle
Oh,
giant.
yeah,
He's the
dude.
nicest person you ever meet. He told me, privately, which I can say, I know he wouldn't care, but like we want to work out something where he buys a piece and then we auction it off for one of his charities or some shit.
nice.
And then AEW is coming in July, and then they said they would try to get me to do some showings and a thing that they're doing. It's a long story, but we'll see. Knock on wood, boom. And then Snoop Dogg did a piece for his 50th. That's why I have
Oh, yeah,
Death
I
Row
saw that
50.
one. Oh,
Yeah, his manager had reached out to me because I did a piece for her, and she was like, "I want to pay you," but at the time he was doing the Super Bowl, the biggest Super
Oh,
Bowl,
okay,
the
yeah,
baddest Super Bowl in my opinion, like the
Yeah.
baddest, like the best,
Overall.
Overall, yeah. So he was doing that. So like, but I shipped it, and she said he loved it, blah blah blah. And I actually have a receipt that says Snoop's 50th with the LLC and all that shit.
Oh, no way. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I've been blessed, dude. I mean, I'm the universe, God, Jesus, whoever's watching this simulation that we call life has been really good to me. But at the same time, I mean, I'm super grateful, and you got to pay it back. You can't just be taking all the
Yeah,
time.
it can't be a take all the time. That's fucking badass, though, dude. I always like fucking admire and like people that are able to make a living off of their art or something they do like that is creative. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro.
I think it's fucking amazing.
Thank you, bro. You know what? I give it up to my dad because my dad was not a go getter.
Oh, really?
Like if my dad was a go getter, I'd probably be a lazy piece of shit playing Xbox all day.
It happens
But my
like that.
dad, like, and I love my father, but like, he didn't go get it, and he could have owned his own store. He was very good with the ropa, the clothing and shit, and like dressed himself real well, and very, very savvy salesman, very savvy. But he just never made it happen, and I guess that's the reason why he's my father. Because then I saw that, and then God's like, see that? Now you're gonna go get it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So
You were forced to make your own, dude.
for sure,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Like, just a different artistry, but still, art. Like mine just have to do with paints, and he was always telling like you should dress like in a suit and shit. But I get paint over everything.
Dude, you look
dog.
like an artist, bro. You look like a rock star. Like I
Thank
told
you,
you, bro. You got the whole fucking rock star vibe.
dress for the job you want, right?
If I didn't know you, dude, and I saw you in the street, like, damn, this dude's fucking artistic some way. I wouldn't.
Thank you,
know
brother.
what I mean?
Thank
no matter
you.
what. But
Thank you, bro.
Well, you gotta have a certain style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you dress for what you are. You
For sure.
What you wear is a representation of what you do.
Yeah.
Correct.
What you love.
Correct.
I mean, you can tell.
I think both of us, bro. You can
That's
tell what we like.
a
Bro.
little into that. But yeah, I mean, I told Gainesy, I was like, hey, when we started, picturing, okay, well, we're gonna have to do guests eventually. You know, we had on a good friend of ours, Andy Chavez, with me, we call this amazing chef, had Gabe Garcia, country singer.
That was badass
And
too.
then, you know, of course, scheduling, not by that's what we're categorizing or by number
Right.
of importance. It's just whoever we could get at that time. You know, and now that you're here, you're blessing our studio. And I say that sincerely as far as like blessing our studio because your knowledge and your love for what you do and your kind words about the podcast and being a follower and I mean not only being a friend but a follower of us and believing in us that makes us it motivates me. I know it motivates
Oh
me.
yeah, hell yeah, big time.
And I think that there needs to be more of that.
For sure.
You know,
For
'cause
sure.
Unfortunately, with like the Latino culture, there's that jealousy, that
Yes.
that envy,
Yes.
you know, and it's
That crabs in a barrel fucking
the
mentality,
crabs in a
bro.
barrel
Yeah.
mentality, and it's just like there's so much, there's plenty for everyone to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Agreed.
I mean? And they make it seem like, well, there can only be one podcast. You can't. Hell, you watch us, great. You don't, great. There's plenty of other podcasts. We watch podcasts, you know, and I know you feel the same way with fellow artists and different types of people that either they're musicians or artists or performers or singers or any, you know, extra type of quality that they might have. You have to always support it, no matter what. I'm real big on that. I get people telling me all the time, and you have a lot of businesses, and I'm like, shit, I just share my friend. I want my friend to succeed.
For sure.
Because if they succeed, we all succeed.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even you don't understand, and me and James talk about it. A lot of times, people are they take it to heart where it's like, well, I don't want to share that person because then they'll take some from me. And it starts there, and then it goes back to the other person, and then they start, well, you know what? You're not gonna share mine. I'm not gonna share yours.
Yeah.
And like ours is fun because it's free 99.
Yeah.
We're not selling you anything. We're not telling you, hey, you got to take Herbalife.
Well, speaking of, you see that awesome shirt he's got on right there? We do have it for sale.
Hell yeah.
We have them on.
I'm gonna wear mine proudly in Dallas.
appreciate it.
We always,
Yeah.
And appreciate the merch you brought
Oh
us.
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
The
Humble,
Swaggy
hungry
Brothers.
vatos, bro.
Fuck yeah,
It's a
badass,
movement.
dude.
It's a movement.
you gifted us those amazing shirts, first of a kind. And
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
First. Yep.
I don't even think I want to wear it, bro. I think I'm just gonna fucking
I'm gonna
store
wear
it
mine.
away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear mine after rub paint on myself.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we need to have more of that unity. You know, 'cause we're only better, stronger together.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I mean, hearing you and talk about, you know, how much of a hustler. I want to ask you, what is your best piece of advice for someone starting out in the art world or any type of subject that they have to do that's going to be their living?
Okay, so this is gonna kind of contradict what you said. Only because it's like I don't mind building with other artists, like actual like painters, right? Not just
Yeah.
like a musician or something, right? Because most artists that paint are broke, right? That's why
Yeah,
that
yeah.
saying, starving artist or
Struggling
whatever
artist,
the fuck
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
is. I fucking hate that, right? But I get it because there's a reason why that's a saying, right?
Yeah.
My advice to any artist would be don't hang out with other artists. Don't. Stay away from them. Now, hang out with ones that you see them as your North Star. So for
Yeah.
me, it would be like the artists that are on the next level that I want to get to. I want to hang out with them. Not to sound bougie or turning up my nose. I'll sit and chop it up with young artists. Young artists have asked me to come out, chop it up, all this good stuff. What I did notice is that they asked me a lot of questions like, how do I do this? How do I do that? But I'm like, it's not a one size fits all. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
binary. Like what I do, the pro wrestling, heel bullshit, rapping kind of vibe, whatever that is. Like, and I can tell you in 2016, that's 9 years ago, I think, when I started, I saw 3 people at the time that I thought that were bigger than their industry, that floated above it, as I call. They were basically like how the Vatican is to Italy,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
DC is to the United States, and how London is to the United Kingdom, right? At the time, Conor McGregor for the UFC,
Yeah, yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rapper,
Yeah.
and Dennis Rodman. Like Dennis Rodman dated fucking Madonna.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Fucking
lot of people
Carmen
that
Electra,
even
bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
exactly. So that right there, people that didn't even know basketball knew who he
Yeah,
was.
yeah. That's
Right.
true, that's true,
He infiltrated pop culture. So my point is, don't hang out with other artists, and this is why I would hang out with lawyers, surgeons, business owners, people that own their own shit, people
Yeah.
that own lake houses, that own yachts or whatever they do, but they make money. Because what they're gonna do is they're naturally gonna put you on game.
Yeah.
And what's it? I promise you, if you hang out nine's long enough, one day you'll be 10, right? Or something shit like that. Basically, you are who you hang around.
Yeah,
right?
you're the total sum of the closest 5 people you hang around.
Correct.
Something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a guy at this bar called the Avenue, and the reason why I go there is because I closed business there. I probably made. I'm not gonna say how much I've made going there, but my point is, I go there and I don't tell them what I do, but I'm hanging out, day drinking with them while they're on taking business calls, putting deals together on their laptops, but they drink like fishes, right? So they'll just come up to me like, "What do you do?" Because they see me there almost all the time, right? And I tell them, and they're like, "Oh, hey, can I get a mural?" And then they'll start talking to me about getting a painting. And then one guy the other day was like, "Hey, man, so what other artists you hang around?" And I go, "I don't." I said, because other artists, no offense to my other artists, I love you all. They just want to talk about art all day. I don't want to talk about that because I do that. I want to talk about like, oh, this guy is like a fisherman. He puts together these fishing events. Like, tell me more about that. That to me is interesting. And that's no cap. Like, I mean that at the bottom of my heart.
I used to work in a grocery store, and we'd hang out afterwards, and they're talking about the grocery store. I'm like,
Correct.
Dog, stop.
Yeah, it's like The Office. Remember they were like, remember they had that party and they're like, oh, we don't want to talk about work. And me, they're like, can you believe that? Blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the paper and shit. It's like, yo. So, it's like that. And so I'm like, and especially if I know that like, God bless everybody, but if it's like, yo, I don't want to be in the same circle of people talking about what they're gonna do. I want to be around people that are like successful artists that are talking about the next cool project, so I can feel like kind of inspired by that. Like that's dope.
Well, you have to always elevate, dude. You can't stay stuck right there. And you hang around the same people, you get stuck, dude. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
so that would be my advice to artists that are like trying to get in the position like how I'm going in my trajectory. Is to hang out with people that aren't artists. Hang out with people that are like engineers and shit. Fucking nerds. Like this event, they're a bunch of fucking nerds. I love all of them.
Hey, nerds are badass, dude.
They're
I love
great.
nerds, dude.
And some of them were like this. I brought back these direwolves. Like I helped engineer how we put their cells together and shit. Meanwhile, I'm like, cool, give me your finger. Okay, put that right there. Like put the paint, like because they want to do like a finger.
Now, that's one thing that I know is that I saw that I love that you incorporated each person that was part of that into your actual render.
Correct. So that came from the company. Okay.
Oh, did it really?
That came from the I think it was Ben, Sean, and the organizer, who's lovely. But it's kind of funny because when you do these events, right? Because they're big, and I always know, like, as long as I have my fucking masa together, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because all these motherfuckers, it's like it's an idea, and then all of a sudden it just goes to shit, right? So everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth, right? Yeah. So then like all these fires start going off, but I have my whole shit set up. My boy Mario, Mexican dude from Mexico, but raised in Oak Cliff. He's real, like he's a vato. You know what I'm saying? But he's cool. Vato. But he's cool though. He knows that he helps me. It's like an extension of me. So that's why I brought him to help me, so he keep me on point. But like he's also enjoying himself, And so we had talked about the scientists or just the colossal company, each one doing like a stroke on there, right?
Yeah.
So I said, oh, cool. It would be cool if, like, the tuft, or what do you call it? The fur on the back of the wolf to kind of, like, do that.
Okay, yeah.
So I did Sean and Ben first, right? Because they're, like, Ben's the CEO, head of the company, and then Sean's, like, his right-hand guy. He works very closely with Colossal. And then after that, I had everybody else. So this young lady, very pretty, she was like, Sal, like, we had originally talked about was... The event started like at 7:30, ends at 10:30, right? There's 3 hours. But I needed to still get my little flow on and get the like almost all the way done before I feel comfortable letting all these nerds put their little finger, right? Because then I can focus on that because I knew that would be the finale other than me maybe doing this, that, and then take it home and do the splatters, right? Because I couldn't do it there. It was in a nice, like very old building in the Fair Park area of Dallas. It was really nice. And I didn't want to, they would find them if I got some paint somewhere. So, and I work clean. So, it's 7. The event I just kind of started getting underway like 7:15. It's barely 7:29. People are just showing up. She walks up, and my boy Mario is assisting me. I love you, Mario. Shout out to Mario. He's like, he's doing content, but he's kind of like, and see, I try to pay attention to both sides and how things look because I know how things look on my side. We got this on lock. I just need about an hour and a half, maybe almost 2. Then we start letting those autists doing their finger on the thing, right? But he's kind of so we're kind of in a little pocket, right? So where you can kind of see us, but if you go out in the middle, you can really see us from all over. So he's kind of out there in the main floor, like with his camera doing like this and shit. But he's doing stuff for Instagram, right? Which I appreciate it, but I'm also like, oh, damn. Okay, but he's having fun. No big deal. And I'm doing my thing. I'm painting, so I'm in the zone. So it's barely 7:30. The event has barely kicked off. I'll give it to her. It might have been 7:40. She walks up. She's like this, like that, because I'm painting. I have my earphones in. I look over and I just see some motion like this, like that. I look over. And my boy Mario's like kind of talking to her, and then she she storms off like a teenager that can't borrow the car that weekend.
Throwing
You
a fucking
know?
temper tantrum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I walk over to him. I go, dude, what's going on? He goes, bro, I don't know, man. He goes, I was just over here doing my thing. And then she walked up to me. She was like, what's going on? And he was like, I don't know. Like, Sal said that we were supposed to do it like a little bit later, whatever. And she like stormed off. I said, it's cool, bro. Because I had a paintbrush that was given to me from Italy, from a friend of mine. And I'd never used it, but I thought it'd be special from where the masters come from, never used to do something magical on something that's historical.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I'm not ruining this paintbrush for like 3 people and then wait and then have to have him run to go, water it off. And the water pressure was terrible in there to run back. And then the brush is dry. Then it's like, I just didn't want anything to go wrong. I wanted to do like all in one after another. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And then rinse it off really good and dry it and all that shit. Anyway, so then finally, like I was like, yo, start calling people in. So then we just started doing the damn thing. And that's when you saw the videos and it was really cool. And then one point we had like probably 30 people put their fingers on it. One motherfucker, I told him to do it up on top. And he goes, anywhere? I said, yeah, anywhere how you want, but like up there.
Yeah.
He goes like this. So the wolf face is here, the other wolf is, he's like this.
Oh, no way, dude.
I see. And I'm like this. Hey, okay, good. Hey, man, and I had to fucking cover that shit up because that's what I do. I'm a doctor. I can fucking recover real quick. That's been years in the game now because I'm special. And then like I look over at some point and there she is like this. I see with her camera, videoing, all happy and shit. Okay. I was like, all right. Chill. I got this. I know I'm an artist, but I ain't no fucking hippie. Like I'm laser focused. I take this shit very seriously. Yeah. Serious as cancer. Don't fuck with my art. You do, you're fucking out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not people that are the clients. Meaning like even if Mario would have done some other shit, I would be like, yo, you gotta go. Yeah. You know. So I take it very serious. So I was looking at her like, all right, whatever. She doesn't know me, so it's cool. She's nice. She's a very sweet girl. So. Anyway, that was kind of funny.
Yeah. It's business at the end of the day, too.
And
bro.
you got to roll with the punches,
business,
brother.
Yeah.
You got to roll with the punches. Like, you don't ever let them see you sweat.
Especially you're doing it live, too, dude. That's that.
It's a lot of pressure, brother.
I can imagine the pressure right there, bro.
I need a couple of pistos in my blood, dog, just to cool me out.
Okay, we do this shit right here in the camera, dude. I can imagine people right here watching us, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It would be pressure.
I love it, dude. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, this guy's a people person, though,
I'm an exhibitionist. I don't give a
Well, see, okay, so same, right? Like, but when I start, it's almost like starting a carp when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't run it right away. You got to let it heat up a little bit. So I got to kind of get in my zone. What I did notice is I told Mario, I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. I notice I do this every time. Once I get set up, I have to set up like an hour before the event. Have a few cocktails and be good, right?
Yeah.
So I once I get set up and I'm ready to go and it's almost time, I start pacing like a lion in a cage because I just want to get after it now. When I'm in that zone, I feel great. Before that, I'm fucking nervous and anxiety and shit.
Yeah. I could picture that because I don't like being rushed, dude. I don't like doing shit in a rush. Mm-hmm. So I like being all set up. Like before you guys got here, I was fucking rushing around, dude, doing all the work and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get all overwhelmed, dude, when there's like fucking so much going on at one time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I could imagine like you want to be there, set up and ready to go, dude.
Ready
like,
to go. Make sure you, like, and there was some paints that I forgot. Even though I was using like blue, they wanted me only to use purple, black, and white. And like nothing else, which I'm not used to. I'm used to using all the colors of the rainbow, you know? But like, I remember I was like, fuck, I forget it was like one of the graffiti pens, but I just made it work.
Okay.
You gotta go.
If I remember, dude, it had a lot of blue in it, didn't it?
No, purple.
Oh, it's purple. For some reason, I'm busy
in the
using
photos
blue right now.
It makes things look different.
Yeah.
You know, in real time, it looks very different.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because a lot of times people, they freak out on how you react to certain situations. Like you're saying, you pace before you start a rendering. I remember playing sports, and it was funny because you have all these guys at football, for example. You have guys that are banging the locker and hitting their helmet and punching each other and slapping each other. And I'm just sitting in my locker like.
Hector just wanted to slap before the game.
That's awesome,
bro.
But I mean, I was like, it's a game.
Yeah.
Either we're gonna win or we're gonna lose. There's no. I can yell, scream, punch my chest, and pound my chest and whatever. It's not gonna determine. I'm not gonna do the difference. We're all gonna make the difference. But I guess I just felt in that comfort you know, and I never like people like, yeah, and they smack your helmet or smack your ass. And I'm
To getting each other hyped up.
yeah, and I'm like, I don't need all that. And my dad would tell me, why don't you run out of the poster? Because you have to run out of the poster.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd just be cruising, I'd be walking.
Yeah.
And he's like, why don't you run? I'm like, for what? I'm going to play. What do I need to get
Yeah.
tired before I get played? But I was always like pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope. And I remember one time my mom got upset because the pants that we had, if they got wet, they were real see-through.
Yeah.
And I wore a jockstrap.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you saw, that's when I had nagas.
Oh,
That's when
yeah.
I had nagas 'cause let me tell you, I had a fan club.
So you don't wear no underwear with it or
No,
what?
it was just a strap on your cheek.
No, I've worn them before, but I was more underwear under them. Dude.
No.
I don't know, bro. I was a kid.
No, that
though.
was
Like,
mean. So it was funny because I mean, you're playing, you sweat, and you get water, whatever, and you know you're standing up, and my mom's like, "Cover your ass."
Sounds
Oh,
like
shit.
you're making a fucking sex scene right here, trying to make it all sexy. Like, the fucking next swimsuit calendar right here.
Hey, if that Ozempic pin starts working the way it is, you might have to have a
The Masa
con la
podcast.
Masa calendar.
Yeah.
And we know exactly who we're gonna hire.
Fuck. That'd be too much, bro.
Talking about like what you do, Sal. I always share your whenever you have something you know you'll put up there a rendering or a project that you work on, you know, and you always say it's for sale. Anyone interested, hit me up.
Yeah.
I always share it because you never know who's looking at
Yeah,
your
yeah.
stuff. You know, you always have people like, oh well, and it's funny because James always says, man, you're like you're the mayor of the whole town. Everybody knows you. You know a lot of people, and I'm like, I've been blessed to meet people. And,
That's awesome.
You know, and go from there and from all parts. And then we're international, so Oaxaca,
Love it.
Veracruz,
Love it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Love it.
Acuña. Well, I'll just say
Yeah,
all
no,
of
no, no, just
Mexico.
fucking with you, bro.
And I have a big ass family. That's why the shout outs
yeah.
fucking run
beautiful.
long.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like you never know who you'll reach or what capacity that person will be like. Hey, you know what? I want to look him up and
That's
let's
true,
see what we
dude.
can do. You know, and that's kind of why we want to have a different person appear on the podcast because you never know who you'll touch.
Yeah.
I know that we talked a lot about highlights and personal stuff. Can you tell us, you know, was there ever a low point in your life where you're like, man, what is this all worth? What am I doing here? What am I doing? Is there something you could share about that?
Yeah, I mean, one thing first before I get into that, just putting a little pin in that real quick, is another thing I just thought about. What I would tell an artist, other than don't hang out with other artists so much, is to when you post on your social media, do not just post your paintings. Your collectors are buying you.
Yeah.
They're not just buying the pinche fucking, like my tios would say, little drawings that you do. You know what I mean? They're not just buying that. They're buying you. Like my collectors love hanging out with me. I'm very blessed to have the coolest collectors in the world. But they want to know me. So when they see my Instagram, they love seeing what I'm up to. Like this is just me feeling it, but also knowing that what I've been doing is working and it's scaling. So it's like when I see other artists that just do their paintings, even if they're badass artists, I get tired of scrolling after like 2 scrolls. I'm like, okay, this is boring.
Yeah.
I want to
Same
see
thing.
what you look like. I want to see, you don't have to do crazy shit like me, but like, you know, make it fun.
Yeah, no,
for
that's-
the viewer, you know?
That's sales 101, dude. You're selling yourself.
Sizzle that sells the steak.
Hell yeah, dude. It's like I tell everybody that's in business, dude, because we have a lot of friends that are business owners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These day and age, dude, you're not just in business. You have to be an entertainer, too. Like,
Correct.
You could post the baddest work on your page, whatever, but people are going to get bored looking at it.
Correct.
You have to be entertaining, dude.
I
You know
will
what mean?
say, if I had a pie chart, 95% of my collectors are women between the ages of 40 and 75.
Damn, you got sugar mamas on lock right there, bro.
You said it, not me.
I'm gonna start paying.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna hang out with you no more. I want the women 49 to 70 that have a lake house,
But,
bro.
but think about it, brother. If I was a sexy hot chick with just like an exorbitant amount of talent,
Be
my
nothing but
collection would be
men.
mostly
Hell
dudes. You know, mostly probably
sir.
single bachelors, right?
Hell yeah.
But the women that collect my art, I don't know if they do or not, but they might think I'm cute, but they also love what I do. So it's a double whammy. And then usually their husbands are the ones that are well, she's got to tell me where this goes and okay, how much? Cool, boom, you know. And then sometimes they are single professionals that are just like, I want it here. And I have Mario, my installer, come in anyway. But going back to your initial question, the dark days. I mean, it kind of rolls like the waves of the ocean. It comes in sometimes and then it goes away. Before I got really busy this year in March, I legit had the thought of like, am I doing the right thing? You know what I mean? Like, and it happens here and there because I'm human. I bleed.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm flawed. I'm not perfect. And sometimes I'm like, is this what I'm doing? Is it corny? Like, is this good work? I don't like, I feel it's good work, but I'm biased. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, good thing I have, family and friends around me, that love what I do, but also will tell me like, hey, maybe add a little bit of this extra, this da da da, and I'll listen to them. But yeah, there are times where I'm just like, not give up, because I know when the days are darkest, the light is coming, as
Yeah.
cliche as that sounds. But it's true. You're not in it, you're going through it, right? So, yeah.
That's crazy that even like at your point where you're at in your art and everything, that you still have thoughts like that, dude.
Maybe it's just me, because maybe I'm like sensitive or whatever, but like if somebody tells you that they don't have those thoughts and da da da, I'm like, you're full of shit.
No, I think everybody has self doubt, but you're already doing it. You know what I mean? You're in the
Yeah.
middle of it, dude. So it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for, I guess, for me, dude.
Mm-hmm.
For seeing somebody that's already in it and doing it, making a living off of it, to have the self doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's not always, but it's like for instance, January was very slow, February was slow,
Yeah.
and then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck, when's the next lick coming? Like, when is that next lick coming? I need it to be more consistent. I can always sell, but the trick is the consistency.
Yeah.
But that comes with a plug, and then if you hit the right plug, then you're good. And that's why I tell all my young Latino and Black artists, stop doing, unless you want to be a festival artist and you want to be that festival artist that just, you have to fucking turn those cakes. Like, there's somebody that my old installer knew that she made like almost $100,000 a year, but she was hustling at the festival, sweating, putting her table up. She has to sell a certain amount each festival, and she's working all the festivals. She's traveling around, but she's working her ass off. But then there's artists like me. I can make, 3 or 4 sales a month, and I'm good.
You're good.
That's
I'm
crazy.
good for like 5-6 months. You know what I'm saying? Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I feel. So that's why I told my young Latino and Black artists, stop doing those things. Find the right collectors, which happen to be huelillos, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
find value in art. No offense to our people, but I like to buy fucking shiny shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like rings and shit,
Yeah.
like stuff that depreciates.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm learning from knowing these people
Oh, yeah.
to invest and how to invest. Because lower middle class, I wasn't taught the secret of money.
Yep.
We were just taught to spend it, and
And-
and coupons and shit.
And there was no
And
generational
complain
wealth.
about it.
Correct.
We were taught to complain about it and be afraid of money, dude.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct, man.
And it's
Food
just-
stamps
it's
and
just
shit.
Scrape by, and just get enough to make it.
Correct. And
I-
stressing out about it.
I'm real. As I've gotten older, I've started to hate, and hate's a strong word, but I've started to hate the word "fake it till you make it," because that destroys a lot of people without them knowing. Because I've heard it. Oh no, just fake it till you make it. I'm like, why? You're not being genuine to yourself. You're not
Correct.
being genuine to your craft.
Well, you
Yeah.
get those people too, like, oh, I got to go to Mercedes to put on the show till I make it. You know what I mean? And they're overextended in everything
Yeah.
they do, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard, because I really wish, even in school, they would have taught us, real economics, how to balance a checkbook, how to make a bill.
Yep. Well, that's what I always say, dude. In school, like they say, oh, we need money, we need all this, and the fucking school, the teachers union, all that. But you know what? They're not doing justice by the kids by not teaching them economics, dude. How to invest, how to start businesses, and all that stuff. They teach them. I understand they got to teach them the basics, but they're not teaching them how to critical thinking and do it on their own. You know what I mean?
It's purposeful, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
purposeful.
It's, for example, even like homemaking, or I don't know what they would call it back then, but they would make you do a cake, which is on the directions on a box, or macaroni. You weren't actually cooking. Like, we learned to cook from our home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we have recipes that we don't write down. We have it in our heads. Those that really love cooking, and that's why I took art in school, because I love art. I just can't express it like you do. But being funny, that's an art.
It is.
And
It is.
It's something that I've always had, and I'm blessed to it. It's just hard sometimes when you just want to chill and people expect you to be on all the time, and you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you've been feeling like shit, or you felt like shit, and you don't want someone else to be like that, so
Right.
you make them happy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a never-ending cycle, but at the same time, it's like it makes you happy knowing your friend or your family relative or associate is feeling better because of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure people when they commission or they see your work, your renderings, you know, it brings them satisfaction. And I
Yeah.
know you yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, if money was not an issue and we all had the same amount of, money to, like you have 100,000 or whatever, we have 200, you have 200, I have 200, like I would do this for free,
Yeah.
And like the people that are like, oh, Sal, like, I hear this quite a bit. I've been very fortunate in my career, not gloating or anything, but it's the truth. Like people are like, man, every time I wake up in the morning, I walk by this wall and I just sit here and have my coffee and just stare at it and just I see something new every time and it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like that to me that's the biggest compliment I could ever get. On top of like, I'm in people's homes. They're talking about me right now and I'm not
Yep.
even there.
That's what I was just
You know what I'm
thinking,
saying?
dude. Like somebody paid you to have their piece, their art piece in their house,
Yeah.
dude, or business or something. That's
Yeah.
badass, dude.
So like, there's a few stories. One of them is almost like yours, where I got recognized, but I didn't know it. Somebody had to tell me. Because like I said, I just keep my head down. I'm just like everybody else. I just happen to be blessed with an exceptional career that's continuing to give me more. But like, a guy was down in San Marcos. My cousin was going to school there at the time. And this guy was like, they were talking about art because my cousin could draw really fucking good. I'm surprised he's not making a living doing it. But this guy was like, hey, man, yeah, you do art? Oh, have you heard of this guy? His name is, hold on. He pulls out his phone. He's like,
No
oh,
way.
Sal's famous. And my cousin goes, that motherfucker's my cousin.
No
and he's
way.
like, really? So anyway, so that's one, like somebody that doesn't know me from Adam just talk, but like somebody's always watching. You have
6
to,
degrees of separation.
dude,
bro.
I'm saying. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
the other one is I went to this really nice, and I'm not making this up. The restaurant's name is NDA. That's the name of the restaurant. I'm not joking. I wish I was joking. That's how I know we live in a simulation. The restaurant's name is NDA. And I'm in there, and a friend of mine, I think she was working there. She doesn't work there anymore. It's bartender. And I'm just having like some brunch or whatever, and I'm a drink, and this is the white guy, son, dad, and grandfather, right? So the son and the son and the son, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and then she walks over and she goes, "You're not gonna believe what just happened." And I'm like, "What?" I'm thinking she's gonna tell me some fucking, cheese man, like, "Oh shit, somebody fell in the bathroom or something like that." I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "Do you see that?" She goes, "Don't look, but that group over there." In a minute, she goes, "Look, but that guy goes, is that Sal's famous?" And she's like, "Who, Sal?" Yeah, it's like, that's my homeboy. And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I love his stuff. I'd love to meet him." This really happened. I'm making this up.
That's fucking cool.
It's dope. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she's like, "So he wants to meet you?" I was like, "Oh, I'd love to. Like, no big deal." And they were very complimentary to me. And those are moments where I'm just like, this is bigger than money,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really
yeah, for
cool.
sure.
It's really cool.
That's
So,
what I mean. We do this, and we always joke about it. Like, man, when we make it, we're gonna make it. Like, It's gonna be worth it.
yeah.
But in the meantime, I mean, we're having a blast. We're going through things and learning stuff, and I'm trying to be more patient with James.
And James, I'm one of those people that were like, "When's the next Masa coming
Yeah,
out, bro?
yeah,
What's up?"
I'm
It's
like,
good. I enjoy it. I like
I
listening to it.
appreciate that,
Yeah.
dude. I appreciate that because, fuck, dude, it takes me a while to edit, bro. And then I got work going on, a bunch of other shit, so it's hard to edit one of the episodes. Takes me sometimes 2-3 days, bro.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
So you know what I mean?
you have to like timestamp shit to put stuff in there, stuff like that.
and then I add all the little fucking pendejadas in there. You know what I mean, dude? So it takes a minute, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I tell him, I'm like, I understand why a lot of people go live on podcasts. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's less to stress about, but you kind of release control of it because you're behind the mic
Yeah.
and someone is producing your product, and you have to have trust and faith in that person.
Yeah.
To be able to do that, and we're not at that level yet. Hopefully, we'll get there soon.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Oh, bro, you don't got faith in me, bro? All right, dude.
No, I have all the faith with you.
You'll get there. It's just like I love what y'all are doing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like editing it. Like, it's really fun to like watch. I was telling Hector in the car, like, you guys for just starting have a lot of views considering. Like, I was impressed when every time I look at the number, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's not on the big scale compared to other people. It's not that much, but for us, it's a lot, dude.
Dude, there's people that have had podcasts for like years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, I'll look. There's one that I was in Austin. I'm not gonna say who because I love this person, but I was in Austin, and my interview with them was the most views at the time when I checked last 6 months ago that they've had. Because other than that, it's like 50. Like the most close to that mine was like 600, which is good, but like,
Yeah.
but this person has had this podcast for like some years. So my point is kudos to y'all because it's impressive.
Yeah, we appreciate that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it, dude. We thank everybody for.
Because that's, I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. That's not just like, I'm looking at just YouTube. This is not including Spotify and all the other like listening ones.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked at Spotify.
we don't get much view. We don't push Spotify though either. We're not like out there pushing it.
Yeah,
So,
true that. I
but
mean,
we don't get very much streams on
we're
Spotify.
more visual than Spotify. I mean, it's great if you want to tune in and you have a long drive, but you have to go back and watch it.
Well, you can watch it on Spotify too, dude.
But
Oh,
not while
they
you're
have that.
driving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right,
yeah.
But I'm saying you can watch it when you're at home, but you can't watch it when you're driving.
Yeah, but I think more people are on YouTube than they are Spotify. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
far as
for
like
sure.
as like for like video.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's one of those things where, you know, we've gotten a lot of traction, and we're thankful for everybody, and we want to keep growing that, you know, and I think the way to do it and the way we're going about it is pretty grassroots. We want to keep it, you know, be original. We're authentic. Where there's no bullshit or if you see me on the public, this is what you fucking get, 100%. Same with James. I know with you, you've been 100 since before I met you.
Thank you, bro.
I mean, and I appreciate that, and I admire that. And that's the thing that we want to convey through doing this is that we're 100. Like there's no wigs, there's no filters, there's nothing.
Well, sometimes I put a little filters on the fuck. Nah, I'm just
Oh,
fucking
I mean,
I slim it down a little bit, bro.
Uh-oh, I see one coming.
hey, but be ready for that one.
You're gonna see me all ripped.
But I mean, it's like we try to keep it as authentic and original as possible, and I think that's what's missing. And that's why I said it earlier to you, Sal, that real is real.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And you got to keep it at that level at all times, you know, because people tell you, man, I keep it 100, and
No, they don't.
motherfucker, no, you're like a 10.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no 100 in that shit.
It
And
depends on their hood. Everybody's 100's different, bro.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know
That's
what I
true
mean?
too. Everybody has everybody has their interpretation. I will say like the one thing I can't stand when I meet other artists, whether they're musicians or whatever, they gotta tell you exactly what they do off the jump. Like, oh man, so I do this, blah blah blah, and it's just like, cool. And I just like I'll just be quiet, let them
And
talk.
that's it.
And I'm checked out though. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Who are you as a person first? Then cool, let's get into it. But people ask me, what do you do? Like off the jump. And I'm like, I'm an artist. Oh, I'm an artist too. And then they'll go and start talking about it. And I'm like, good, because I don't want to talk about art right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to vibe out. I want to talk about some hyenas or some shit.
Hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Some sports. I don't know. I just want to talk about something else.
Yes, sir.
You know? So I'm not saying people can't talk to me about art. It's just when they want to tell me what they do and this, that, and the third. And I'll just sit there and just listen to them.
start trying to
I
sell
don't
themselves.
care. Yeah, I'm just like, judge me on who I am, not what I do.
And I'm sure in your world too, you get a lot of name dropping too.
Oh, yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I know this person. I know that person.
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of that.
When
yeah.
I go out with friends, people will ask, you know, what each person does. I'll just sit there in the cut. I won't say a word because I would rather them not know at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't care. Do you want to talk to me as a person instead of, you know, my attributes or
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So.
Yeah, I'm real big on that. It's just like I talk to a lot of people, but I don't really put everything out in the first handshake.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, this is my social. That was one
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I listened to this address. Like, what the fuck? I don't care. You're like, hey, so what's going on? What brings you here? Whatever. You know, or people always ask me, hey, how you doing today? Man, if I was off, if I was any better, I'd be off today. I always say that. And people get a chuckle out of that. And the ones that don't understand it, you know, it's like, okay, you don't get it. Okay. And then, like, what are you doing? And then you bounce. It all depends. What you get what you get.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know right away, bullshit me, they're like, nah, Charlie.
Yeah.
You know what? Thanks, bro. Take it easy. Or, you know, we'll just roll with it. But we'll be like, hey, dog, this motherfucker, it ain't feeding right. You know, but I appreciate it. I invited him. We had a get together, crawfish boil. My boy does every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had never experienced something like that. And
No,
Oh, that's
dope.
right. Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool as fuck though, dude.
So, you know, I brought him into the mix, and everybody's like, hey, man, your friend's cool, and he's all for the podcast, and everybody was amped.
It's dope.
You know, and everybody accepted him, and he's like, man, I never felt like that at any kickback in Cali.
Not one. I had a different crowd, bro. So we'd be hanging out. It'd start fighting and drama, and you know what I mean.
Oh,
That's
shit.
how everything turned into, bro. You know what I mean?
But then again, we're older than him, so
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
we're too old for that bullshit.
No, we're too old for that shit too now. But
How old are you, James? You don't know
I'm
this?
40.
You're 40. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'm 3 years older than you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still young. We're still young, bro.
That's right. That's right.
Fucking, we're barely starting, bro.
I know,
we're barely in our
right?
fucking prime, dude.
I'm 52 and I feel like I'm 180 in bar years.
Yeah.
What's that saying? I'm the best of it. How does that say that? That
I'm
country
not
song?
as good as I once
Not
was.
as good as I want, but I'm as good as I'm ever gonna be.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly where I'm at right now, dude. Fucking.
I wish I could go back to 40. Shit, I'll take 40 and over right
Fuck.
now.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
40's
dude.
still young enough, like too old to do certain things, but still young enough to still kind of like
Get away
hang
with
out.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
We're at that age, dude, where we could, like, especially with the hyenas, dude, we could go to the older ones or the younger ones, bro, right in the middle, dude.
I'm like, man.
Well, not me, I'm married, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
about
Baby,
to
see
say,
that? I'm just-
hypothetically,
Yeah, hypothetically, bro.
if I was single.
You know, it's so funny. Like, there's a couple of sayings that I heard, or one is a stat which blew my mind. And I'm not saying this for any particular reason, but like, did you know? And I had to relook it up today because I was like, if this comes up, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna crowbar it in. But like, 50% they polled, which who I don't do polls.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
stops and does a poll?
I've never
right?
even heard anybody that got pulled before, bro.
Correct.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah,
like the poll was taken out of 1,000 women. 50% of them have a backup plan in case the relationship
Oh,
does
that's
not
all of
work
them.
out.
That's all of them, bro.
And then out of those 50%, they already know them. Like they're an ex-boyfriend, a gym buddy, or someone somebody they work with, or a friend of yours that you know. And when I read that today, I thought of somebody I used to date.
Uh-huh.
And she initially, when we broke up, got with a guy who I thought was my homeboy. And I was like, dog. Out of all the bars in the world, you had, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, why there's so many girls on, you know what I'm saying?
It's an evil world, bro.
Crazy shit.
Evil world, bro.
And then there's another saying. Real quick, sorry, James.
No, you're good.
There's
bro.
one more
I'm
saying I'm
here
gonna tell
for it,
you.
dude.
Steve-O, the great Steve-O said
Yeah.
this. Women want to fuck famous men more than men want to fuck women.
Oh, I don't know about that, dude. I think women want to fuck famous guys, but I don't know if they want to fuck more than guys want to fuck women, bro.
It's a kind of a crazy saying when you think about it.
Well, you have some crazy groupie stories, bro? Like fucking.
No, but I have had like, you know, I'm not anybody, but like, you know, there's every genre of podcasting.
Yeah.
Don't think anything. Podcasting though, being an artist, musicians, of course. Even those tribute bands like that aren't the real band.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I went to one. They're really good too.
Yeah.
I went to a Morrissey one or no Depeche Mode one.
Oh, okay.
And they had fucking these cougar milfs off to the side that were like going nuts and waiting
I
for them
bet,
after
dude.
the show and shit. I was like, these aren't the real guys, right? But it's insane. So every genre has
Yeah.
groupies, right? So my point is I've been to shows where women, you know, I can tell they like looking at me a certain way, and of course you got the gay guys that are part of the scene too. They look at me too, and
I can attest for that one.
it's all flattery, you know. It's all flattery.
You're gonna have to tell that story soon, bro.
We'll,
but-
we'll tell it after the fact.
yeah.
I think women get turned on by seeing men when they're doing something, dude. Like
Correct.
especially
Yes.
if it's like something
I agree.
passionate that they like, dude.
I agree.
They get turned on by it, bro.
I agree. It's like what do you call it? The ambition. You have ambition.
Yeah.
So,
it's
yeah.
I think it's like an aphrodisiac for them to see something.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Especially when you're passionate about it.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
They get caught up in the moment and they're like, man, if he's that serious about a painting, I'm what he could do
Well,
to me.
but I mean, it's like
Paint
us.
me with your hands.
Yes.
It's like us. We see like your art, dude. We admire you doing your art, dude.
Thank you.
Dude, like we're not gonna fall in love and throw our panties at you, bro. But we
Correct.
admire it. You know what I mean?
correct.
Well,
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I was a
wear-
woman, you know, maybe I might feel a different way. Dude,
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't wear panties. I just throw you my
I know of somebody who told me at this one place that I go to every once in a while, she goes, I don't know what it was the other day, but I just got infatuated, just started looking at all your Instagram posts and blah, blah, blah. Kind of looked at her, I was like, okay. But in my head, I'm like,
You're like,
the
where's this
fuck
go-
is that about?
You're like,
What are
where's
you
this
trying to tell
going?
me?
weird.
It's fucking strange. If I was a guy saying that to a woman,
Yeah.
you'd
Oh.
call the cops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you'd be on creep status right there.
You put me on blast and shit. Yeah, man. So anyway.
You'd be on the fucking Watch Out Dallas fucking list.
Yep.
Dallas busted.
Yeah, exactly. Creepers.com/Dallas or something like
There's,
that, man.
there's web pages out there. I'm like, what the? Don't tell me how I know, but I see some crazy shit. It's like, why would you put that out there? And the fact.
What
that
you mean,
they're-
like there's social media or?
Yeah, social media or even web pages like,
Yeah.
like Dallas busted. They put pictures of people that got arrested or whatever. They put their rap sheet and then you have everyone and their mama commenting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's crazy.
Oh, that's my neighbor. That's my cousin's
That's crazy, dude.
boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Hector, like I was telling you before, like I'm an open book. I just don't talk about my personal life. Like people don't know what kind of dogs I have, what kind of car I drive, any of that, where I live. I don't. The bar that I told you about. There's people that have known me. I've been going to that bar for like 6 years or something. There's people that know me that don't know where I live. I just go, yeah, I live over there.
They don't
And I
know.
just go like that because I'm like, I don't want you fucking driving by and saying hi and popping in.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, dude, like I see your posts and sometimes you'll have like a girl next to you or something like that.
Uh-huh.
You cover their faces, dude. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, can I get into that? That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I was actually
Wow,
curious about
really?
that.
James,
Yeah.
good call, dog. I love that. So that's all purposeful because I don't know. I don't want people knowing if I'm dating somebody or not.
Yeah, I don't
you know what I'm
blame you,
saying?
dude.
So like, because what will happen is, Mitzi Shore famously said, Mitzi Shore, who owned the Comedy Store, she founded the
Okay,
Comedy
yeah,
Store,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Richard Pryor,
That's Pauly Short's
Sam
mom.
Kinison, correct, yeah. Andrew Dice Clay went there, everybody, right? All the greats, right? And still a lot of great comedians, right? She famously said, what makes a star is equal parts. You have equal parts of people that hate you and equal parts of people that love you. Now, the only person that everybody loves that's very famous is either Tom Hanks or The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, not The Rock anymore,
Yeah,
but
not
Tom
anymore.
Hanks. Everybody loves Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
But they're the exceptions, right? But that what makes a star equal parts hate, equal parts love.
Yeah.
So my haters, shout out to my haters, because they follow what I do just as much too.
Oh, haters are the number one fans, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
certain people that they'll tell me, hey, I saw you, blah, 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 but they never liked any of my shit. And I'm like, you follow me? Anyway, I don't want those haters to potentially get a hold of somebody that I'm dating.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly throwing little chum this way, that way, this way, that way, because you won't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you know I don't like men?
I think it's intriguing. I think it's intriguing, bro, because it's like, oh, well, I wonder why he's
heard it
not
here
posting
first.
a dude or like, you know what I mean?
Exclusive, masa.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, this dude's a secret agent, man. You know, he's a
Dude,
little tragedy.
thank you,
Like,
James.
yeah,
I'm
you're
glad
like,
you noticed
oh,
that.
yeah,
I
dude.
literally had this conversation with I forget who, but it was literally like a week or two ago because somebody had told me. I will not confirm or deny because I think it's fucking hilarious. But like somebody goes, so I saw you went to Vegas with that little IV Asian girl that you got.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at them and I go, of course it was a girl.
Yeah, yeah.
But once again, why are you even asking?
Exactly.
So I'm looking at her and I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, I saw you with the. I go, no, I didn't. And they were like, yeah, you did. I'm like, how can you prove that? Well, I saw it on your thing. I said, well, how do you know it's them? And they're like, good point. I was like,
Exactly.
okay. Anyway, moving on. But I'm like, it's kind of funny. People take interest in that
Oh
shit.
yeah, dude. I bet you women too, dude. It probably intrigues the shit out of them.
Okay.
Dude.
It's great.
It's probably
I love
like,
it.
It's like bait, bro. You're throwing fucking.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
chumming the water.
Once
right there,
again, shadow play.
bro. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So
You got the cheat code, bro.
yeah, I just don't like people in my business.
No,
and
no,
like
no.
people love to be in your fucking business.
yeah, dude.
That's why Latinos, that's why the fucking shows, like all the gossip shows and shit are so big.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because everybody loves it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like the car wreck, dude. Everybody likes to drive by and watch
And
the fucking
video
car
it
wreck,
and
dude.
not help.
It's like for
Oh, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's funny because I've had people direct message me
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what's up?"
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you have a girl?" I'm like, "What does it matter?"
Doesn't matter. It's none of your business.
How does that even come about? Like, "Hey, I'm doing fine," or "Hey, good morning, motherfucker."
Yeah.
At least tell me that. But you're like, "Hey, so what are you doing Friday?" And I'm like, all of a sudden, you want to fucking hang out?
Yeah, and you know what?
I mean?
It's I think it's also too the way you ask, right? So if you're asking in a cool way, like, hey man, so like if I were talking and I just happen to be like, hey bro, so like, do you see anybody? Like, or whatever in a cool way, whatever's not, invasive to you, like you'll give it up or you'll just be like, yeah, I'm just chilling. Okay, cool, he doesn't want to talk about it. Back off,
Yeah, yeah.
But people just gotta know. It's the weirdest thing.
It's gotten bad. Like, people have to be in your shit.
Well, I think everybody's used to social media having a peek behind everybody's curtain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
That's what
like
I think, man.
it's not like how it used to be with celebrities. Like you never knew anything about Robert De Niro or whatever. And now because of social media, and they can go on Instagram Live or whatever, or go on podcasts. You know way too much more than you used to.
Now you know too much and you don't like somebody because you know too much. Dude.
You know their political views. You know all that shit.
And it's weird because you kind of like, I guess in our generation growing up, we like not knowing, and we just had that image of that person.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
you get to put that person on a pedestal, bro. When you know too much about somebody, it kind of drops them down, dude. I think.
Yeah, I mean, so for instance, like I'm on this podcast, right, talking about my career and shit, and like inspiration shit that inspires me and whatever have you. But like I said, like I'm not I'll tell little stories, little windows, but a lot of people don't know a lot about me, and I like that.
Nah, that's good to keep it that way, dude.
Keeps us peace of mind.
I've always been an open book on certain things. There's stuff, of course, I don't share. But I know we talked about this on the write up here. That James was real shocked, and he was happy also that I did it. Was at the end of our podcast, the one that just came out. I gave out my phone number
Yes.
because a lot of times, I mean, people, unless you talk to someone on that level and find out, or they get that confidence in you, or they feel they can share something with you. Everybody has struggles. We all have struggles.
For sure.
You know, and, you know, sometimes you never know. Like, I know that I'm guilty of it. I'll get phone calls. I'm like, or I wonder why they're calling me.
Right.
What do they want?
Right.
You know, you never know. Maybe they just want to hear your voice. They just want to talk to you. Maybe they have to unload shit. And that's the whole genesis of this podcast, where we can have people from all walks of life, all types of professions, come on and talk. And, you know, your story might resonate with 10 people that watch it.
For sure.
Or 100 people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we do this. And James is a big advocate. I'm a big advocate of that. That we're here for that purpose.
Yeah.
That's like we're having fun. We love what we do. We joke around and play. But we want to have that open connection where men can come on and talk about stuff and not feel attacked or obligated, or, you know, make it seem like, man, you know what, this isn't for me or whatever.
Yeah.
And we respect that as well.
Yeah.
But again, if you're ever in any time at any need, and you have my number, anybody needs to talk to someone, call me at any time. 210-836-5028. My phone is always available. Do not call him.
I won't give you my number, but you can reach me on Instagram or
Call me
or
and
TikTok and all
I will
that.
relay the message to Jake.
No, you can message me. I'm not giving my phone number.
But I am. I'm an open book. I've always been an open book, and I'm down to talk for whoever, for anything at any time. Don't ever feel like you're alone.
What if you start getting gay guys calling you, dude, and like
I'll
breathing
take
hard
it.
and shit, bro?
I talk to gay men, and there's not a problem with that.
No, there's no problem with it, bro. But what if they're like, what are you wearing?
Oh no,
I don't think he means like that. I think he means, yeah.
I've gotten those calls too. So,
What about the Uber, bro?
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Remind me of
Uber,
that-
and then what was the other one?
You got
that one. That's
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 when
the
you gotta
same
hear
story.
the Uber story,
Yeah,
dude. It's
that-
fucking
oh,
hilarious.
shit.
Okay.
But it's not traumatizing, but it's almost. Yeah.
You were curled in a ball that night, dude.
Actually was.
Yeah.
But you'll laugh when you hear it.
Okay.
The way I tell it.
Can I say something real quick? I was thinking about talking about the whole woman thing and whatnot. Like I was telling Hector in the car, like, you know, I'm married to my art.
Yeah.
That's my number one. Everybody else is just a side piece, and that's no disrespect to anybody. It's just like this is the way it is. So like, if I have a thing where I'm like I have to body paint somebody, a woman, and you're like all upset, but I'm getting paid to do it, then I'm like, shaka, well, there's the door. Bye. We're done. You know, that's it. So, but I don't ever default from that because I work too damn hard, and I've been through several beautiful women that were very big supporters of me and let me paint and make some money here and there, but not as much money as they were at the time. But they were like, I will work and you paint, because they believed in my dream. And I believe all my angels are women because they all are. And I'm surrounded by a lot of them. So it's like, you got to be a special person, very secure to be with me. Because if not, gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
man,
makes
wait.
sense, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Do you have any other questions?
Nah, bro, that's fucking dope.
How much
right
did
there.
we do? I'm just curious.
What do you mean, time wise?
Time wise, yeah.
We
Can I
are-
ask that? Sorry, guys.
No, you're good, dude. We're at about an hour right now. A little bit over now.
Wow, that's good.
Shit, that's good though. It's flowing.
Man,
like
the
nothing,
masa
dude.
was
Yeah,
flowing,
the masa
bro.
flowing, dude.
So we talked about.
Hey,
this
if I
before.
keep coming, they're gonna have to change San Antonio to San Antonio.
Oh, I like that, bro. That's dope.
Hell yeah.
I had to get that in there. I'm
No.
sorry.
Do you have ties here, like family or anybody? over there?
No.
Okay, shit.
You have family now.
Now I do.
Yeah.
These two
You
right
got-
here.
you got the masa
My
boys right here.
hermanos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
No, I have like cousins in Austin and I don't know how close to San Marcos is.
It's not far at all, dude. Like what,
It's
30
about
minutes?
30 minutes.
Okay, I think my little cousin still lives in San Marcos, and my other cousin, or he lives in Austin. I can't keep up track.
The
of
same
anybody,
shit.
you
San
know?
Marcos, Austin.
Yeah,
dude,
it's all
same
kind of
shit, bro.
relative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In my books, anyways, dude, they might get offended. Hear me
He's
say that, but
he's a transplant Texan, so now he knows Texas a little bit better.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
welcome to Texas, brother.
yeah, fuck, I love Texas, bro. It's different, but I like it,
It's
bro.
different. Yeah.
I went to Dallas. Me and my wife went to Dallas, and we stayed up there and checked it out. I don't think I got a good feel of the city, dude. So I didn't like it all that much.
Yeah, I get it.
But
It's an acquired taste.
it was different. For being a big city, it was really quiet, dude. It was kind of weird, dude. You know? What I mean?
It's interesting. But
Yeah,
I'm from
facts.
there, and I'm kind of like getting my groove with the little pockets of people that collect
Yeah.
art. So I'm kind of in a weird position where like I'm enjoying it because I'm having fun because I'm doing what I love and I'm getting paid to do
Oh
it.
yeah, dude. We actually
know?
stayed right there too in the art area, the art district downtown.
Yeah.
We were right there in that area. I don't remember
Yeah.
the name of it, dude, but
Cool.
Yeah.
Probably like it's called the arts district, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like Deep Ellum and all those. It's kind of all like right there.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
went to there was a gas station, bro, that had tacos. I don't remember the fucking name of it, but those were some of the best tacos I ate in Texas,
Really?
bro. And they were in a gas station, bro.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that shit was good.
I think I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of that area though.
Right by, it was like in the ghetto area, dude. Like
Yeah, it was like kind of by like the Lou Sterrett prison ish.
I'm not sure, bro. I don't.
That's what I'm thinking you're talking about, but it's all right.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but oh yeah. I actually have a question though, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta get this in. So
Yeah.
at what point did you know you can make a living off of this, dude?
Okay, so I'll give you I'll paraphrase it so we don't run too far over. But basically, I was doing women's hair at the time, right?
Oh no way, that's fucking.
Yeah, I was doing
That-
women's hair. I thought I wanted to do hair,
That's actually that's badass, dude. Because I get a lot of shit because I work in here, bro, with around nothing but women.
Oh,
and
dude,
wo-
it's the best.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's
It's the best.
fuck yeah, dude. It's cool, dude. Hell yeah. Sometimes,
malo,
sometimes,
malo.
bro, but there's a lot of estrogen, bro. You
Dude,
gotta
yeah.
get used to the
Well,
estrogen shit.
when I got into it, like the first thing they let you do in hair school is tell people why you're in hair, and I go, because I love women and I love money. And I knew going in, I'd be like one of 5 straight guys out of a class of 50 chicks and sprinkling 5 or 10 gay guys, right?
How much gay jokes did you get in? Like fucking people give
Oh,
you
all
shit
the
for
time.
that?
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
dude.
give a fuck. Look at me, I paint my nails. I don't give a shit. Dog.
Dude, I
I
get-
wear these big ass earrings and shit.
Money,
Okay,
money
I
talks,
guess
man. I
like
give a fuck.
I'm like this. Oh, you want to hang out and go to the gay bar? Cool, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's
You know
go,
what I'm saying? Like I
Hey,
don't
get
give a
two
shit.
drinks, I can
Hey,
ride.
the gay
Dude,
bar, the
at
gay bars are dope, bro.
We're the hot chicks at the gay bar.
There's more. No, you know when I went to the gay bars, dude, I went a few times with it doesn't
What?
matter, bro, but we went a few times.
What?
And there was more women than gay guys in
Yeah,
there, bro.
yeah.
Oh,
And then
dude.
also too, I've been comped so many free drinks because I would go with the chicks, hanging
Yeah.
out with them, and the guy I'd pay him and tip him, and he'd like, "Oh, sweetie, this one's on me."
Well,
like
even-
3 or 4 times, I'm like, "Damn."
Even if
okay.
you're not getting comp drinks, dude, the drinks are cheap at the fucking
And
gay
they're
bars,
strong.
bro. They're fucking. You get like
Oh.
triples, dude, for like $4, dude.
They're so strong.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So no, so like,
Is that where we're going next?
yeah.
We're Main Street right here. What's the
Oh,
name?
shit.
What is the name of it? Patagonia or something? Or the fuck is the name of that bar here?
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Oh,
See, how do you
fuck.
know it, bro?
Oh
I
lord.
know all of them.
How do you
I
know
all
it,
of
bro?
them. The Silver Dollar.
You see that? He's like,
Pegasus.
He's the man of the people, though. He has to know. He has to know.
Hey, I cater to everyone.
That's
I'm
right. I love
equal
it.
Opportunist.
I
Yeah.
love it. And he gave you the little Elon salute right there, bro. Just checking.
Oh,
I'm teasing. I'm
fuck.
teasing. I'm teasing.
I don't want to get canceled. Shit.
all right,
No.
let's circle back to how did
Okay,
you know
yeah.
when?
So basically, I was doing women's hair, right?
Yeah.
And so I was only making enough to basically like roam the street, go to a bar after work, blah blah blah, and go back to work. Like go shower at the gym for $40, and then go back to work, right? Like just hang out at night, sleep in somebody's bed or outside, and then go to the gym, freshen up, go to work the next day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm working at Dry Bar, and at the time I was kind of doing part time at a bar. And a guy that was at the bar that was a friend of mine loved comic books. And I told him I went to art school in high school, but I wasn't a very good art student. But something had been telling me to get back to painting, just as a hobby.
Yeah.
So I kind of did a little mural in my like makeshift-ish apartment. I'm getting all my dates wrong. But basically when I was making enough to get a little back house apartment, I painted in there. This is before I was homeless again. So I could afford that rent at the time. But I painted this little mural, took a photo of it, worked at my bar job, then would go to Dry Bar on certain days to do hair. This woman, I'm doing her hair. She's like, "What do you like to do for fun?" And I'm like, "Well, I like to go to bars and hang out. Besides that, what do you like to do?"
Yeah.
Okay. I actually picked up painting, and I was very kind of sheepish to tell her. She goes, "Can I see?" Sure. So I handed her the old fucking iPhone at the time, whatever that was, not even an iPhone, probably a prepaid. Showed it to her. She was like, "Damn, this is really good." And I'm like, she's just saying that, right? So I'm blow drying her hair. I'm like, "Oh, thanks. No big deal." She's holding on to my phone. She keeps, "Can I keep looking at this?" So sure. She's like, "Man, this is really good." And I'm like, "Thank you. Keep your head straight." You know, I'm doing her hair. And then she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." She goes, "Can I pay you to do a commission for my husband's 50th?" And I go, "Are you for real?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, I'm like, "You'll pay me?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "What's your number?" Gave her my number, da da da. Fast forward, I'm in the car with my dad because he had to pick me up because I was catching the bus or the train. And my dad is telling the story. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. okay, what are you gonna do? He always likes to quarterback like it's his fucking life. I love you, Dad, but he does. Oh man, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell her you do it for $500. I'm like, fuck you. She's got money.
500?
I'm gonna go for what I feel like I'm worth. And I haven't sold a painting ever in my life.
Yeah.
Since art school, I sold like a piece of a what do you call it? A sculpture for $500. I was a sophomore in high school, and it was horrible. It was terrible. So I was texting. I go, tell you what, I'll do it for $5,000.
No fucking way, dude.
And without blinking, she goes, oh my God, my allowance. I don't know if I can do that. She said her allowance. And so I'm like, okay, I tell you what, how about 3,500? Because when I was doing this, I'm telling my dad what I'm doing. He says, don't do that. You're gonna ruin the deal. I'm like, just chill.
Why?
I got this.
Yeah.
I said $3,500. She goes, can I give you half now and then half when you're done, and I'll buy you a drink when we meet up, and I'll pay you cash. Done. Like, you're speaking my language, baby. That was when I closed that. I finished that painting in a week. They loved it so much they had me do like a big ass TED Talks in front of a party of 40 people in their mansion.
No way.
And they loved how I explained it so much they had me do it again. And I wasn't bullshitting. This is literally how I came up with the concept of it was basically a visual montage of his life. And after I was done with that, I just made $3,500 in a week.
That's
I
fucking,
couldn't even make that doing hair $10 an hour plus a tip in 6 months working for Drybar.
that's crazy, bro. That you just like shot big right
And
away.
I quit the week or two later because I was doing hair without a certificate. I was doing it illegally.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the one, I guess I don't know if she's a lesbian or not, doesn't matter. She would always bust my balls about having it. I'm like, oh, I got to go get it. It's at my mom. She lives in Rockwall, blah, 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 which is far east of Dallas. And she was like, if you don't have it tomorrow, you're fired. And I go, okay. So I walk out to the front, take off my apron, and just walked out across the highway to the train.
That's crazy.
And the owner called me. She goes, if you leave, you can't come back. I go, good. I don't want to come back.
Damn,
Damn,
That's it.
that's badass.
So-
story. How long in between before you sold your next one, dude?
We're talking probably 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Not
bro.
bad, but
Nah.
you're like, you start getting
Oh, yeah,
scared. Like I literally had $40 in my account, and I'm literally like roaming the streets, maybe spending the night, a couple nights at my mom's, a couple
Yeah.
nights at my dad's, then getting on fucking Bumble, which why you should be on Bumble when you're homeless, but it worked. You'd be surprised when you tell women the truth. It's counterintuitive. They're like you said, they see your
yeah.
ambition. They see it's like they're like, yo, you're gonna be big shit because they can
Yeah.
feel it off of you.
Well, if you're
know?
fucking confident with it too, dude. You know,
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. And I just was like this. I'm living out of my backpack. And they'd be like this. Do you want to come home with me tonight? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do this. Can I shower first? I haven't showered in like 2 weeks, you know?
That's badass that you went for the fucking stars right off the bat.
Thank you, brother. Well, I mean, it was something in me. I was just doing so many different things that I was like, this has got to be it. Like, I love it so much. I would do it for free. If you know you can do something for free, or you would do it for free.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys that are pro wrestlers that are probably like, I love it for the love of the game. That's why they never want to fucking stop or whatever. They'd probably, if they made a certain amount of money, if they couldn't be a fighter or a wrestler or a comedian, what else would you do, right? Now, there's other people that would be fine with just being fucking loafing around and hanging out watching TV all day, and I love doing that too.
Oh, yeah.
But there's something in me that sometimes I was like, I got to get to the paints. I got to get to it. Like right now, I can't wait to get back home just because I'm itching to create something new.
See, I'm the same way. Like, people tell me, well, why don't you just drink a few beers at home? And I'm like, I need to be around people. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been one to drink alone ever, or just drink one just to fuck no.
Now you're a man of
Yeah.
the people, bro.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
belong.
I know.
You belong in the people. You hold court, bro.
I
for
can
everybody.
see it, and I've never hung out with him. I can see it.
He holds court, bro.
Yeah.
Like all
And you're
attention
gonna
on him.
both be in Narcos 3. So
Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's another thing that. So we talked about it. You said it earlier. That's how we kind of started a communication back and forth. He had an open casting for actors or people
Yeah.
that wanted to be in the video he was shooting with his idea. And I reached out to him, and he's like, yeah. You send me a picture, and we'll go from there. And then we went through it, and he's like, hey, you'd be perfect for the part. You come up, whatever. You know, unbeknownst to both of us, stuff happens, and it never happened. He's like, but don't worry about it, next time. So, that you brought it up, I'm down. I know he's down.
Oh, yeah, I'm game.
We'll
Hell
be
yeah.
more than happy to assist
I don't know how
you in
good
that.
I'll be at it, but I'll try, bro.
you'll be fine. Trust me.
We don't do no talking. We're just there.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the best. It's
Oh,
the best.
yeah.
Just don't look at the camera and just act natural. You're
Yeah.
good.
I like
good.
turtles.
Hey, you're used to cameras, you know.
We'll just be on the podcast.
I like turtles.
like I didn't recognize you. Oh, hold on, let me put on my uniform. Oh, there you are.
It's so funny. So one of the girls that was the main chick in my last one, she was like, "Oh, I got this cool, whatever." The director, shout out to director Prada, David Prada. He goes, "All right, don't stare at the camera." She goes, "Okay." He goes, "Action." As soon as it's action, she's like this. Her eyes are just like. He goes, "I said don't stare at the camera." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Anyway, it was kind of funny. But yeah, that's a 3-part series. I've never done a 3-part series of a video, and the reason why I kind of come up with these art videos is like, if I'm inspired by something, and I love film, I love comedy and film. So like, I'm like, you know what? I want to do something that makes me stand alone. And this third one just happens to kind of finish telling the story of an artist that doesn't abide by the art rules and is a Ronin and just does his own thing. So, and I advise all those young artists that want to do something, find who you are, pick who you are, be your authentic self, because people respect that more than love or fear is authenticity.
Yeah.
And that's why they're going to be great. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Thank
So,
you, brother. Thank
yeah,
you,
man.
But yeah, we'll be sharing the videos on our social media, so that way
Cool.
people can get turned on to that and get you more followers as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't know who you were until I told me, dude. And then I saw the shit, your page and all the art, and I was like, oh, this is pretty dope, dude. I fucking.
Thank you, brother.
What would you call that type of art? Like, what style is it?
So in the 80s, it was called neo-expressionism.
Okay.
And the godfather is this guy named Ramel Z, who was a Puerto Rican kid. And then he had a buddy who made it famous, and his name is Jean-Michel Basquiat. And Morenos like to say he's a black artist. He ain't a black artist. Jean-Michel Basquiat, he's one of me. He's one of ours. He's Puerto Rican and Haitian. The last time I checked, that's not black. That's like calling me white because I have white skin.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But he's a very famous Puerto Rican Haitian artist who made it. So it's called neo-expressionism. I tried rebranding it, but I don't know if I want to say the name anymore just because I'm like, that's kind of played out. So it's basically like, graffiti, street art, contemporary art.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, he must have came from, he must have been Tagger or something. Came from graffiti a little bit. Or something.
No,
That's what
thank you.
That's what I thought, dude.
To all my graffiti artists.
Yeah.
I have too much respect to call myself that. But what I do is I take it. It's a salsa. I take a little bit from everything, some fine art, contemporary art, graffiti, and I just make it all one.
And that's always been your style since you started, like your first piece.
Well,
you did?
when I first started, I tried to be Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Oh, okay.
But that's like a comedian that I love said, like when a lot of stand-ups, I like compare what I do kind of to stand-up comedy, because he was like, a lot of young comedians, when they start out doing Pryor, or they start out doing Dice Clay. And what happens is over time, they find their own voice. And then you can tell the influence of the comedian that influenced them, but it's their own thing. It's their own package now. Right. So my own package is Sal's Famous, which is now a mantra. So that's another thing. When people call me Sal's Famous, they're speaking it into existence.
Yeah.
Other than me, everybody's saying it for me now. So now it's like, that's why I posted that thing on my Instagram lately, because it's very true. I believe in all that. But anyway, so.
If you speak it happens.
Yeah.
That makes good sense, bro, because you're speaking into existence, and other people, because it's in the name, are fucking speaking it, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And my brother-in-law is the one that coined that name for me. Like, he was like from Do the Right Thing, the Italian guy. It was Sal's Famous Pizza.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was trying to come up with a tag name, like how you have Alec Monopoly, or you have Detox, or you have King Saladin, or these guys. So I wanted something just other than Sal. So yeah, that's it. So.
Shit, that fucking works.
Yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
Bang, bang. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me again, guys.
I think that we reached our limit, and
Yeah.
I wish we could have more, but that way we can have you back on
For sure.
And
Anytime.
We'll catch some more stuff. But you're also going to be invited to the rap party. I keep telling all
Hell
my
yeah.
guests, once we
Yeah.
determine when we're going to cut our season and have a rap party, we want to have something like live. We'd have music. We'd be at a bar somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take pictures with all our guests. Hopefully they all show up and they're all invited. And then people, the followers that watch us and listen to us.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
It'll be fun, and we'll plan it way in advance.
Cool.
We respect everybody's scheduling.
For sure.
But for sure, we want to have something where we give a thanks or a thank you back to our guests and to all of our friends. I'm excited to what comes in the future. If Jerry Jones reaches out to you, and if you're watching this, Mr. Jones, please contract him, because we'll be there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We'll be there assisting in the tunnel.
If you want to see him with the shirt off,
No.
With a
We don't
big
wanna
estrella
scare-
on his
we don't,
chest.
we don't want to scare people away. No.
shit, now,
We want to get fans.
shit, now it's time for Ojos Locos and beer, bro.
Let's go.
That's what's
I'm
up right
ready.
there.
I'm down for
Yo
that.
soy listo.
Some thons and wings, bro. So it's, Thongs and me, bro.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Yeah, I
something
think you
else.
misheard me, bro.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm like, oh shit.
You got
what?
all excited over here, bro.
I did. I'm like, really? All right, Sal. See you later. No, but thank you very
Yeah,
much,
we
Sal.
appreciate
Yeah,
it,
guys,
bro.
thank you.
Anytime you're in San
Appreciate it.
Antonio too, bro, you gotta come hit us up, dude.
San Antonio coming soon. No, yeah,
San
for sure.
Antonio, it's not San Antonio.
And you have a home. You have a home with us.
Thank you, bro.
Anything, anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
absolutely. Love you, San Antonio. Thank y'all.
Nah, that's it, bro. We're
That's
good,
it.
dude.
Deuces, people. Have
Next
a
time.
great week. Later.
And I'm gonna have this episode out pretty quick, so.
Bang, bang.
Yes.